Women that can give space to a man are very desirable and attractive to quality men, because a woman that is able to give space, and when I say space, I don't just mean physical space, but also space from thinking about him and thinking about the relationship, because again, everything is energy. And so even if you give physical space, and a lot of women are able to do that because, they have the strength or the pride or the ego to give physical space, but then they're ruminating over the man. A man still knows and feels, it's just a subconscious knowing that the woman is still there. But a woman that can really just separate herself from a man, walk away and give space, is just a very desirable woman. And in this video, I'm going to get into the reasons of why walking away or giving space is so powerful with men in relationships, or if you're not in a relationship. So for one, a man and a woman, as I always say, we're different and we function differently. We have different emotions, different triggers, etc. So for women, we need connection. Women need to feel connected to their partners, and that's kind of what enables us to fall in love, enables us to feel safety, connection, and closeness. With men, especially men that are in their masculine energy, and on my channel I talk about the masculine feminine components and the dynamics, so make sure you go through my videos if you want to learn more about that. But with men, especially men that are more in their masculine energy, are going to have more testosterone, and testosterone is developed in different ways. So closeness, if done in the right way, so if a man is with a woman and there's a lot of closeness and he's bonding with her emotionally, but he is the one that is initiating, pursuing, trying to sort of win her over, and he sees that his efforts of winning her over are working, right? He'll get a testosterone boost. However, if a man is sort of not putting a lot of work into the woman, and the woman is not able to give space, his testosterone is not really going up. And so there's a lot of ego involved there. So, it feels good to him, it's easy, but he's not really able to bond with her because his testosterone is not going up, right? And so estrogen and oxytocin are chemicals that will be active in a man that is not really pursuing a woman, and those are the female hormones. And so those hormones will be active in the man, but not so much active in the female at that point. And so the roles are reversed. So a woman that is able to give space to a man signals to quality men especially that this woman is strong, she is intelligent, she knows her value, she knows her worth, and if need be, she can walk away from me. So this is super attractive to quality men. And again, a man doesn't fall in love in a woman's presence. A man falls in love in a woman's absence, meaning that even though, yes, there's going to be times of closeness and, the initial phases of courting, it's not in those moments that he's really falling in love with her. So when a man is in the presence of a woman and he enjoys her company and she's fun to be around, in those moments, he's thinking, oh, I like being with her, this feels good to me, but it's really in her absence that he can think about it, and he can go back to the moments of when he was with her, and he's missing her, and he's having those good feelings. But more importantly, he's having those good feelings and she's not very accessible, right? And so a woman that is able to create space has her own fulfilling life and is happy with or without her partner. And so if they're in a relationship or if they're not in a relationship, and so a man gets this dose of dopamine, I guess, and gets this feeling of, I just want to be with this woman, I know that I want to be with this woman. And so he's always wanting to close the gap. When you are in a let's say argument with a man, or any sort of conflict arises with a man, the best thing to do, again, is to create space. Now, the more space you create with a man, and again, this is not coming from games, and I always talk about inner work, Secrets of the Feminine Woman. I go into the inner work there. I have an inner work course. You can email me for the link for that. When you've done your inner work, everything I'm saying is a natural byproduct of who you are, and it's not something that you are attempting to do. And so when you're attempting to do something, how you'll know it's not coming from innately who you are is you have to work at it. You have to work at creating space, and it's very, very hard to do that. When you've done your inner work, it's it's just natural. It's kind of like yeah, of course I'm going to take space from someone that isn't really stepping up. You're not going to be turned on by someone that isn't putting in effort, right? When you're in a conflict with a man, or he's not stepping up to the plate, or whatever it is, like you want more from him, creating space allows a man to miss you and to think about your role in his life. And so what women do is become very reactive and very needy, right? When you're very reactive or you're very needy, you are putting all of your feelings and emotions on the table. Now, if a man has earned your heart and he's earned your emotions, that's one thing. But if a man hasn't earned your emotions and he's been absent, or, he's not committing to you, you don't want to give him your reactions and give him your feelings, because essentially you're signaling to him when you do that you want him more than he likely wants you. Because if he wanted you, you would not be having such a strong emotional reaction. And so what that does with men is it's repelling. It pushes a man further away from you because he becomes less attracted to you. And so you can think about yourself, if there's ever been a time when a man has wanted you more than you've wanted him, and he's shown you with his emotions how much he wants you. That's probably not something that you find attractive, because most women generally want a man that they're unable to get, which is why you guys are watching my videos and are on YouTube searching for ways to attract a man. That man is a little bit more aloof, right? And there's an attractiveness to that because he's able to walk away or give space. So you want to do the same thing that he is doing to you, essentially, right? You want to not put all your cards on the table. You want to give space. You want him to pursue you. Men are natural born pursuers, okay? I don't care if anyone disagrees with this, because that is just innately how it works. Just as feminine women naturally want to be pursued. When I am being pursued, I feel great. And if I have to step in for a man in any way, to me, that signals that the man is not strong. Like there's a lack of strength within him, and I'm not turned on by that, right? And so it's the same thing with a masculine energy man. A masculine energy man, or men that are more embodied in this energy, they know internally that it is their job and role to close the gap with a woman. And if they're not doing that with the woman, either they're not healed and they have to do their own inner work to step more into their masculine, or that woman just doesn't drive that aspect of him out, right? So the alternative of not giving space is telling a man how you feel. I advise against this very, very strongly. Never ever tell a man that has not told you how he feels, how you feel about him. Again, men that watch this channel might disagree, and the reason for that is subconsciously, egoic point of view, a man is always going to want to have something with the least amount of effort. I mean, that's just human nature. We want something with the least amount of effort. We want what's easy, right? But at a self-worth, deeper heart-centered space, men don't want that. Just as a woman that's in her feminine energy wants to be with a man that has gone through sort of obstacles and tests to win her over. And I go into this more in What Men Want, so make sure you download that book. It's the same thing with men. A man also wants to be with a woman that he's had to sort of go through certain challenges with, and he's seen, because men and women test each other, he's seen that while she's passed these tests, right? Again, like a man has this natural driver to pursue a woman, and your emotions tell a man everything. Now, there is a time and a place to be vulnerable. There is a time and a place to tell a man what you want. But again, there's a time and a place. Just as a general rule of thumb, you do not want to give a man your heart and your emotions, especially your negative emotions, if he's not earned that. It puts you below him. A man that is very high value is not looking to be with a woman that he perceives is below him. He wants a woman that he can look up to, and a woman that he can look up to emotionally regulate and is strong internally and is not going to break if he doesn't call or if he's not pursuing her. She's going to walk away. And in the walking away and in the absence, the woman is signaling to the man her worth without having to say anything. If you want anything from a man, if you want commitment from a man, depending on the stage of the relationship, show less emotion, be neutral in terms of what you want from him, and create good moments when you're with him. If you've already done that and he's still not stepping up to the plate, then you need to walk away. And if you don't walk away and you continue to be there, settle for him calling you here and there, settle for crumbs, settle for text messages, do not expect him to give you anything beyond that, because to him it's signaling that you don't want anything more than what he's giving, because if you did, you would walk away. And your reactions and your emotions as a woman are very precious, and so you don't want to just give that to anyone, because when you are giving your emotions to someone, especially your negative emotions to someone, you are signaling interest, and you don't want to signal interest to someone that is not signaling interest to you. Okay, my loves, I will catch you on the next one. Bye.